You think you know science? Think again. Hello, everyone. We often praise progress, but today we reveal the dark side. The four most dangerous experiments ever conducted. These are the moments when ambition killed, when authority broke the human mind, and when scientists unleashed a power they couldn't control. Get ready. This is the price humanity paid for knowledge. In fourth place is the experiment that showed how easily the human psyche can be broken. Psychologist John Watson wanted to prove that fear could be conditioned using external stimuli. His victim was a 9-month-old orphan, conditionally named Albert. First, the child was shown a white rat, which he was not afraid of. Then every time the rat appeared, Watson hit a steel bar behind the infant with a hammer, creating a loud, frightening noise. The result? Albert began to fear not only rats but everything white and furry: rabbits, furs, cotton wool. The experiment was discontinued before its consequences were reversed. The ethical failure. The induced fear stayed with the child. Third place goes to another psychological horror, where authority spiraled out of control. In 1971, Philip Zimbardo divided volunteers into guards and prisoners. The experiment, planned for 2 weeks, quickly turned into a torture chamber. The guards began to show uncontrolled sadism, depriving prisoners of sleep and humiliating them. The prisoners suffered nervous breakdowns and severe trauma. Zimbardo had to stop it after just 6 days. This experiment became shocking proof of how quickly people adapt to assigned roles and how easily power can corrupt even a mentally healthy person. Silver medal goes to the plutonium core, nicknamed the Demon Core. This piece of plutonium, intended for nuclear weapons, was the cause of 2 fatal incidents immediately after World War II. Scientists were conducting risky criticality experiments by bringing neutron reflectors closer to the core. The first accident occurred when Harry Daghlian accidentally dropped a reflector brick. The second happened 9 months later when Louis Slotin made a mistake using a screwdriver as a spacer. Both incidents led to an uncontrolled, though brief, chain reaction, a criticality flash. Both Daghlian and Slotin received lethal doses of radiation, which killed them in terrible suffering over several days. This is the most literal example of a scientific experiment spinning out of physical control. And in first place is the experiment that changed our world forever. On July 16, 1945, the first ever nuclear weapon test, Project Trinity, was conducted in the New Mexico desert. Scientists were unsure of the outcome. Some feared the explosion might ignite the atmosphere. That did not happen, but the blast exceeded all calculations, creating a mushroom cloud 12 kilometers high and melting the sand into radioactive glass. Trinity was a success, but it was uncontrollable in terms of its consequences. It opened Pandora's box, initiating the arms race and creating the threat of global annihilation that haunts us to this day. This was an experiment that released a force that could never be put back. 4 stories, 4 different fields of science, and one common conclusion: scientific curiosity, devoid of ethics and the strictest safety, leads to tragedy. These experiments are our bitterest lessons. Which of these stories shocked you the most? Write about it in the comments. Subscribe to the channel to remember history and prevent mistakes in the future. See you next time.